Elon Musk, the new owner of Twitter, and his pledge to relax the platform's misinformation restrictions will be put to the test in advance by crucial elections in Brazil and the United States. Voters in both countries have already been subjected to a deluge of false information regarding candidates, issues, and voting. If Musk follows through on his promises to reverse Twitter's restrictions just as millions of voters are getting ready to cast their ballots, that stream might turn into a deluge. Even if Musk decides to hold off on making changes until after the elections, his choice to fire the executive in charge of content moderation raises concerns about the company's capacity to tackle misinformation and extremist content associated with growing skepticism toward democracy. The richest man in the world, Elon Musk, has not revealed his ambitions for Twitter, which he paid $44 billion for this week. However, he has referred to himself as a free speech absolutist and claimed that the platform should accept any content that is permitted by law. That's a cutoff point that differs greatly between nations. It would include false information about vaccines or elections, as well as Holocaust denial and hate speech in the United States. When he declared this week that he didn't want Twitter to turn into a free-for-all hellscape, Musk made it clear that he'd be open to some sort of moderation. Musk revealed the formation of a group to examine Twitter's guidelines for content moderation and the reactivation of suspended accounts on Friday. Before that council meets, no big content decisions or account reinstatements will happen, Musk tweeted. Vijay Agati, Twitter's chief legal counsel who oversaw the platform's content moderation and safety initiatives, was fired as one of Musk's first actions after purchasing Twitter. Twitter started getting ready for the Brazilian and American elections months ago. The platform launched a number of policies during the summer that would make it simpler for users to locate reliable sources while also halting the propagation of election-related disinformation. Twitter at least has policies in place forbidding hate speech and the most dangerous sorts of misinformation, but occasionally inconsistent enforcement. According to Suzanne Nocell, CEO of PN America, a New York-based literary and human rights organization, those guardrails have been proven to be vital. When misinformation is spread just before an election, when officials and independent journalists have little time to respond, it can have an even bigger impact. Inaccurate voting-related accusations have occasionally been used to confuse or intimidate individuals into staying home. Sometimes it can fool voters about the outcome. Before this weekend's presidential election between Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva and incumbent Jair Bolsonaro, Brazilians have been inundated with misleading political claims. Similar to this, there has been a marked increase in content that is false and deceptive regarding the upcoming election in the United States, which will determine which party controls Congress. Longtime opponents of social media moderation applauded Musk's acquisition of Twitter, claiming it signaled the dawn of a new era for unrestricted online discussion. Some conservative and far-right Twitter users floated conspiracies about COVID-19 or the 2020 election on Friday in an effort to test the new owner of Twitter's restrictions. However, in many instances, the content was already acceptable under Twitter's previous policies. I can now finally be honest on Twitter. According to comedian and far-right commentator Terrence K. Williams, Joe Biden did not win the 2020 presidential election. However, Williams claimed in a post on January 6, 2021, that the election had been rigged and that liberals had orchestrated the January 6 uprising. That post remains up. Nash added that Musk might discover that managing a platform with 240 million daily users across dozens of countries is more difficult than simply criticizing it from a distance. From the stands, it's simple to accomplish that, Nash said. Let's wait and see what happens.